Hello, this is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. This is another segment of Success in Minutes. The title that I have for this one, really simple, is Unrealistic Expectations. Now, the reason I want to cover this subject is because it's so important. The reason that people quit, the reason that people stop doing what they really wanted at one time to do, is because they set themselves up by making unrealistic expectations. Now, it doesn't make a difference where you're talking, what area of your life you're talking about. Whether you're talking about your spiritual life, you're talking about your physical life, you're talking about your social life, how you get along, contribution, whether you're talking about your finances. What we all have a tendency of doing is we get excited. That's the most important thing. You get excited, then you make a decision. Decision means that you're just going to do it and you're going to not let anything stop you. A decision, you make a commitment to do it. Then what happens is we have unrealistic expectations. We want to lose X amount of weight so fast and we wish that we would see it on the scale and we don't, or we want to feel more energy and we want to see results. So what we do is we measure those results and they're unrealistic and we expect too much too fast. And so then what happens is, bottom line is, we quit. We beat ourselves up, we get guilty, we feel shameful, we go, oh my God, I'm a loser, I always give up, I always quit. And I just want you to be prepared for that. If you would set realistic expectations. See, one of the things is, think about this. When you go to college, then guess what? If you were going to get a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, then people expect that it's going to take 4 years. What if you get it done sooner? Wow, you're excited. So now everybody goes in knowing that it's going to take this long. So that's realistic expectations. Now, guess what? If you're already a couple years in, and all of a sudden you fail a couple of classes, or maybe something significant happened in your life where you couldn't focus on a full-time school schedule, then guess what? You get re-engaged because you go, okay, so if it took 6 years, okay, then at least I got a degree, which is supposed to give you, more clout in the workforce, make you more valuable, which actually allows you to make more money. Well, when you get involved with any kind of marketing, I want you to have realistic expectations. If it took you right now, let's say you're making $20,000 a year, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000. It doesn't make a difference how long it takes. If I were to ask you, hey, listen, if you're currently making $72,000 a year, how long should it take me to make $72,000 a year? And you'd immediately go, wow, I had this much schooling, I had this much on-the-job experience, I maybe have gone through a couple of jobs, then I went and got reschooled or maybe recertification, some kind of a specific education to learn how to do something to get a little more raises. I had to do that in mechanics. But you would tell the person realistically how long it would take him to make $72,000. Here's the problem with marketing, any kind of marketing, is what we do is we go in and we go, oh my God, I want to make $10,000 a month in my first day. Now I know I'm over-exaggerating, and I also know that I'm really making unrealistic expectations. But I want you to ask yourself, hey, listen, what if it took you a year? Jim Rohn is the best at this, part-time income. It's like, I'm going to make a full-time income being a mechanic, but then part-time I'm working on my fortune. I'm working on profits instead of wages. And it's the magic of part-time. See, what if it took you a year? What if it took you an entire year just working on your skills every day? And as you're working on those skills, you get a little better and little better and little better. And over a period of a year, you were able to supplement your income. Buy an extra $2,000, an extra $5,000, whatever it is. What if you set your expectations more realistic, not lower, and you actually overachieve those expectations? You'd be happy. Second year, get a little more. Get a little more experience, get a little more knowledge. So what if over a period of 3 years, 5 years? See, the one thing I want you to know right now is 5 years have already passed. You look 5 years ago. If you're doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result, that's insanity. And so you look where you were 5 years ago and you look where you are today and you go, wow, I'm not happy. I'm not happy, or I'm dissatisfied in every area of my life. So what we do is we jump into something like we learn how to do affiliate marketing or online marketing, or I want to learn how to make money on Amazon, or I want to learn to make money in network marketing. And what we do is we jump in and we set our goals too high. Man, if I'm not making 5 grand, 10 grand in my first 30, 60, 90 days, I'm done. That's ridiculous. That is totally, totally ridiculous. What if it took you 2 years and you were able to double your income? So regardless of what you're making on your job right now, what if you just doubled your income? So you spend all the hours that you're doing now, just, I call it wasting time, watching television, doing things that doesn't matter. And then what if you just put that effort into just doubling your income in 2 years? So you could walk away from your job. See, I love what Jim Rohn says. Jim Rohn said that when I doubled my income and I was making as much of my part-time gig as I was my full-time job, and I doubled my income, it really made my story good. Because people would go, wow, your kid's got new clothes, you got a new car, you guys are going vacation. He says, well, listen, it's my little part-time deal I'm doing. I was able to do that with my part-time thing. You added some more to your house, or you got a new motorhome, or whatever it is. Yes, that part-time gig I'm doing. And he said when all of a sudden his check started becoming so large and his marketing opportunity than his full-time job, he said he still didn't want to quit. Why? Because it would mess up his story. Because now he's telling everybody, well, listen, I do this full time, and everybody goes, I can't do it full time. So I really want you to think about that. I know a lot of people jump into marketing and they want to do it full time, and guess what? It just doesn't click right away. Well, guess what? It's going to take you a while to learn a couple of things. One is it's just not learning the skills that you need to be successful. You got to also learn how to think right. You also got to learn to have the right attitude. You're going to have to learn some skills over a period of time. And only the amount of hours that you put into it and practice it allows you to do as well as you do. So my whole reason for doing this video is very simple, is really ask yourself, are you setting yourself up for failure? Are you setting yourself up for being disappointed and depressed and feeling shameful and guilty because you set your expectations too high? Bottom line, if it took you a year, 2 years, 5 years, and you were making 6 figures a year, would it be worth it? It absolutely would. So focus on skills, find a mentor, and learn those skills and get gooder at them every day. Get gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder. And practice on the skills, knowing that in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, that you'll never have to work for anybody again. I'm telling you, once duplication kicks in, once multiplication, compounding interest, once residual sets in, everyone's going to look at you and go, how'd you pull that off? And you're going to go baby steps, a little bit at a time. So thank you very much for watching this. If I can do it, I know you can. And I'm telling you what, your goal is to make a difference in your world and the people around you. So take care. Thanks for watching. Make sure you go to successinminutes.com to check out the other videos. God bless.